Welcome back, guys. Thanks for taking the time to spend a little time with me. I always appreciate that. And before we even get started, I had to put on my old school EA hat. The reason why I've always liked this hat, I like the little design to it, but this is kind of paying my respect, I guess, to college football because I actually got this hat while in Orlando at one of the times I was down there for Madden. It might have even been for NCAA 14 now that I think about it. It may have been way back then. And the reason why that's important, let me say this before I even get started. For some of you guys who are unfamiliar with me and my history, really quick. I was a part of the original Game Changers program. I had been going down to EA Sports since 2012. The first game that I gave my feedback on was for Madden 13. And over the last 4 years or so, haven't really been going down to EA, but still, stay in contact with some of the devs or what have you, yada, yada, yada. But the point of me saying that is I have been striving to lend any feedback that I could lend to get EA Sports to produce a football game that we all could appreciate and enjoy. A game with good gameplay, presentation, and depth. Something that we're still waiting for in a Madden game. Something that we've all been waiting for since EA Sports acquired the official license to make NFL games, and 2K was no longer able to do so. 2K5, in many of our hearts, was one of the best offerings as an NFL product because of the depth. Not only gameplay, but the depth. So ever since 2012, that has been my goal and my mission. And that's why I am excited by this game that we're going to talk about today. College Football 25, because this game appears to be so deep. As I'm going to scroll through this article here, you're going to see me looking at my computer. It's so much going on here that I'm not even going to really read much of this. It's too much for me to try to capture in a video. And this is what I'm talking about. Just look at all of this stuff before I even pinpoint on some of these things as I'm scrolling. If you haven't seen this article, make sure you go check it out. But look at all of the stuff that they are talking about and covering in Dynasty mode alone. And this video is dedicated to my hardcore seasoned players. What I mean by that is franchise guys, dynasty guys, guys who love playing season after season and building their team. It's the simulation style Ultimate Team, if you will, right? Because Ultimate Team is a collection of cards and you build this team and you're trying to craft it a certain way. Well, we do the same thing on the simulation side. And the only reason why I say simulation, because simulation is basically simulating what happens in the real world, right? So we play these dynasty modes and we play franchise mode and all of these sports games because we're those type of gamers. And this is dedicated to my franchise heads. This dynasty mode is going to be what we have been waiting for. Now, no game is going to be perfect. No game is going to be perfect from a gameplay standpoint and et cetera, because I know there's going to be people that's going to, but it's still, listen, video games, in my opinion, will never be 100% perfect. But it doesn't have to be. All we needed to do is be as close to what we want as possible. And look at this. Look at this. I'm just scrolling. As a matter of fact, let me go back up to the top. And I'm just going to name each and every section here. Then I'll pinpoint on a few specific areas. And I don't care who likes or dislikes my would-be enthusiasm for this game. Listen, as a football gamer, it has been a long time since there's been a game that has presented itself like this that I could be excited about. And it's going to have a huge effect on Madden in terms of the franchise people. I'm going to save that for another video because I really have something else I want to say in that regard. It just goes to show you what happens when competition is there, because let me tell you, There is competition within that studio with these two games. I didn't think it would be to this degree because I would have hoped that both games would have been built up together. But the more information I'm hearing, some information I'm not going to share, college football not playing. And this is going to shine a huge light on Madden. This could be a very interesting year for Madden in terms of the hardcore franchise audience. Let's get to it. Building the dynasty. Build your coach. Coach progression. Coach archetypes. Let's see how the abilities work. Just talking about coaching abilities. And just look at this little graphic here. Look at how deep this goes. Battery pack tier 1. Caught napping tier 2. On the hills tier 3. Tip your hand tier 4. And I haven't even read this whole thing to know what all of this means. I gotta take time to read this. I just wanted to make a quick video just on the presentation of the blog. It's talking about another, let me read a little bit here. It says, in addition to the position-based boost, there are also coach abilities with the core gameplay effects so you can really cook. For example, the Scheme Guru archetype focuses on your gameplay style. If you are a coach who likes to play fast, you can upgrade fast tempo offense, providing you with the following boosts, and those were the boosts. The next part says you can also make a team your team a well-oiled machine who doesn't work against themselves and is unfazed by rowdy home field crowds by upgrading the discipline and communication ability. On offense, this provides hater blockers, tier 1, Teflon, tier 2, polish, tier 3, clean sheet offense, tier 4. And again, I have to read this to really understand what they're saying here. Let's keep going. What about the coordinators? Climbing the coaching ladder. What else does it have here? Coach carousel. Managing your staff. Build your program. Welcome to stage recruiting. My school. What else do we have here? There's so much going on here in recruiting and schools and stage 1 discovery. Let's see. Look at how much they're talking about in scouting alone. Stage 2 pitch. Stage 3 close. Hey coach, I'm sorry, but I've decided to leave. I'm assuming this is talking about the transfer portal. I think it's best if you play elsewhere. Let's read that. It says, while players have the opportunity to leave via the transfer portal every season, you will also have the opportunity to make roster changes. Every offseason, you are required to get back down to 85 players on your roster. Unfortunately, that means if you are over the 85-man limit, you will be forced to encourage some players to transfer and find a new home. The transfer portal. Signing day. Position changes. Player progression. Impact players. Managing wear and tear. Delivering the world of college football. A new day in college football. Meet your neighbor. Let's talk schedules. What else? Team Builder Online Dynasty. To burn a shirt or not to burn a shirt. I gotta read this. Earning some hardware. Records are made to be broken. Play for pride stickers. So what else? Post-game speech. And that is the end. But again, as I'm scrolling back up, my point of this video, because there's going to be many people that are going to do videos breaking this down. I know my guy Eric Rayweather is going to do that. So I'm just taking a different approach. It's not about me reading each and every one of these things, because you guys can do that for yourself. It's showing you the depth that is in Dynasty mode alone. Look how long this article is. This is crazy. And I'm going to have another opinion, I'm sure, based on once I actually read this entire blog. But this is crazy, man. This is really just my reaction video to, again, like I said, this is what I've been waiting for since 2012. And the reason why I say that 2012 is because my thing has been Madden. Y'all know I've been more of the Madden guy. Loved NCAA 14, but that was already established. If you remember way back then, my videos used to be, why do we not have this feature from NCAA in Madden? Also, these are the things that 2K8 did right, gameplay wise. Why wasn't it in Madden? That's how I started. That's my start. So that's why I'm saying since 2012, I have been waiting to come here and talk about a game like this with this type of depth. And from what we are hearing, because I have not played it, gameplay to match. This might very well be the best EA Sports college football, excuse me. Whoa, I'm almost messed up there. No, this might be the best EA Sports football game that we have seen and played, just based off of presentation. This seems to be taking it a step further than NCAA 14. I see people already saying, rest in peace, NCAA 14. We appreciate you. You served us well. And that's what I'm talking about. We have yet to say that as a whole about Madden. But again, this video is not about Madden. I have my own separate video that might come later today or maybe in the next day or two. Depends on how I want to present it. But I have a whole totally different opinion on my thoughts on Madden and what this may mean for Madden. Let me just get down to the section, man, that it's so much in here, but this right here, I'm going to focus right here on wear and tear. And the reason why, I understand that there's competition in the building. I get all of that. It should be. Steel sharpens steel. But there's some business decisions that I feel like should be made across the board. Something like wear and tear should not only be in college football. The NFL season is longer than college. It is a more grueling aspect of the sport. It's the highest level. If you're showcasing that here, how is it possible that it is not in Madden? But anyway, separate video. Let me just focus on this point right here. I'm going to read this entire thing. With the introduction of the new wear and tear system, the week-to-week management of your players is more essential than ever before. As described in the gameplay deep dive, players can incur damage to body parts during gameplay. The more damaged the body part is, the more it will impact their on-field performance. In addition to on-field gameplay, players will also incur wear and tear damage during Super Sim. So for those people who try to cheat their way by, each week players will recover some of their wear and tear damage. The amount of recovery is dependent on how damaged the body part is. For example, let's say in the previous game your running back severely damaged his right ankle and his left shoulder was only slightly damaged. The next week you can expect his shoulder to be fully recovered and his ankle to be only slightly recovered. His ankle would then be something something you want to monitor in the next game. You could decide to sit him in an effort to allow him to get back to full health the following week, or you could play him at your own risk of increasing how long it takes for him to fully recover. In an effort to ensure that the players are not disappearing in big-time games late in the season, we have set minimums that players will always recover. I'm going to read this again, and this is important. We have set minimums that players will always recover to when advancing the next week. The reason why this is important, some of you Madden guys will understand this. A lot of people have said that progressive fatigue was broken, and a lot of people experienced their players completely disappearing. This would seem to be resolving that issue here with wear and tear. You can monitor your players' wear and tear damage by viewing the health tab in their player card. To access this, go to the roster spreadsheet and press triangle or Y on a player. The screen will show you his damaged body parts and associated ratings impact. And just look at how this is laid out, man. Look at this. This is incredible stuff, man. There's something else I wanted to focus on as well. Let me get back to it. I think it was the ability section, which we already know about this stuff, but here we go. Right here. A lot of progression stuff here, but let's just talk about the mental and physical abilities. As Scott described in the gameplay deep dive, players can have up to 5 physical abilities and 3 mental abilities. Both physical and mental abilities have 4 tiers: bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. Physical abilities are determined by the player's archetypes, while mental abilities are position specific. While progressing, players will look to upgrade their physical abilities if they meet the rating requirement. Every tier of a physical ability has an associated attribute requirement. For example, in order to have the platinum workhorse ability, a player must have 95 toughness. As said above, Dynasty players cannot upgrade their mental abilities. So if a player does not come in as a freshman with a particular mental ability, there's no way for them to earn that ability through progression. To me, that is furthermore separating who's who. This player either has it or they don't have it, and they can't get it later. They're born with it. That's what they're representing with that. Come on, man. Come on, man. But like I said, guys, I don't want this video to go too crazy and too long. Again, I'm going to just scroll through this article one more time for you to see how deep it is. And that is the focal point of me making this video. The depth. This is what you call a deep dive. Look at this. We've been waiting for this from EA Sports. Job well done. At least we assume. Of course, we all have to play it. We have to experience it for ourselves. But the presentation alone, look, I can't even talk straight. Presentation alone, you have me. You have me excited. The AAA game produced by a big-time company, new everything, updated graphics, updated hardware, all of that, all of the backing in the world. And it's a game that we are excited about. Haven't been able to say that in a very long time. And this, again, further lets you know what I have continued to say. Yes, EA, the company, is capable of producing this. I kept telling y'all that over the years. A lot of people want to rag on EA. Oh, they can't. No, they can. It's the investment. And I am extremely glad that they took time to invest in this game. And also this, it goes to show you again, I may have said this earlier in the video. It shows you what happens when you have a lengthy dev cycle. They've had a couple years to work on this. As opposed to Madden being a yearly title, which it needs to be, and the NFL is going to require that. But like I said, that's for another video. This is going to have a huge impact on Madden and the trajectory of Madden going forward. Remember when 2K took that year out and they just went all out and they put so much into what we now know as the My NBA? Remember, it used to be the association. But you remember all that stuff they were able to do in yearly titles, yearly cycles? They took the investment. They took the time to invest. Why that's not happening in Madden? But anyway, that's all I got for this particular video, man. Listen, I am extremely excited by this, what's to come of this game. I hope it lives up to the bill. I will most definitely be rocking this game. You're going to see a lot of it. You're going to see a lot of it. Extremely excited by this. So that's all I got, man, for this particular video. Again, I would love to hear you guys' thoughts. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to hit the like button if you liked the video. If you made it this far, hit that subscribe button. Turn on your notifications. And hey, man, let me know what you think. I shall catch you in the next one. Peace.